Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, and I want to chat about your pulse and frequency. This chart that I've got here was posted on LinkedIn by this fellow. His name is Giulio Di Capaci. So, a registered account. And it caught my attention because of, he writes here, this might be the most insightful research bridging science and well-being you've seen this year. Your heart is always beating, but it can beat rhythmically or chaotically. This chart isn't philosophy, it's data. And if you studied the mathematics of waves, you know that each wave can be represented as son of sine waves. When one frequency band dominates and the signal looks like a clean, regular sinusoid, we say the signal is more coherent. A 2025 large-scale study on 1.8 million users analyzed heart rate coherence patterns across emotional states. Findings: negative states like anxiety, anger, boredom show fragmented, noisy coherence patterns. Positive states like contentment, joy, peace cluster around stable, narrow frequency bands. In simple terms, when emotions are elevated, the heart becomes coherent and rhythmic. I think that's what he wanted to write. He typed it wrong. A spelling mistake. And when the heart is coherent, the brain performs better. Okay. This matters because coherence isn't just feeling good. It improves cognitive flexibility. Okay. Reduces stress hormones. Okay. Stabilizes attention. Improves sleep quality. Enhances emotional regulation. Most people try to fix emotions from the top down, thinking, reframing, forcing positivity. But the data shows something else. Change the heart rhythm, and emotions reorganize automatically. That's heart-brain coherence. So when I look back at the chart here, you have common coherence frequency by emotion. So this top graph is angry, followed by anxious, bored, sad, content, excited, happy, and last but not least, peaceful. So the top four, so you have angry, anxious, bored, and sad. There is consistency amongst those four graphs, where from left to right, you see there's kind of like a stable line, and then it peaks, you know. And then the content, the green, the content, excited, happy, and peaceful. So that's the green, kind of the aqua color, I guess, and then the blue. There's more mountain peaks in the data, so more variability, which is kind of interesting because I see this kind of variability in the heart rate records that I have, especially when I manage or when I debrief the records after, let's say, the Feel It Friday, for example. I have moments where there's peaks and valleys and recovery, and then after a period of time, then it's more gradual or consistent. The amount of recovery doesn't happen as much. So Does activity affect it? Yeah. Does frequency affect the heart rate when you're exercising? Well, if I'm angry, then my heart rate kind of would be reflective upon that, wouldn't it? But you don't see me being angry here, generally speaking, especially when I'm doing exercise. So is there a connection to this? Do I see a connection between frequency and heart rate? Well, yes and no. Um, but what I do know is that drinking the water that I do, has been measured to have an effect on brainwave frequency. So if you're looking for, you know, coherence, mental coherence and focus, well, I would start first with something that fuels it before looking at frequency. Frequency is going to have, it's all around us, right? Can it be used in a nefarious way? I think so. I would be, I think it would be foolish of me to think that it doesn't have an influence, because there are some interesting characters out there in the world of the wide web that share their knowledge in terms of what they have seen or what they have experienced over the last 15, maybe more years. And when you see experiments with frequencies such as you have a tuning fork here. So a tuning fork, I'll just change this. A tuning fork here and another one tuning fork. And so let's say you, this tuning fork, you strike with one of those mallets, you know, like the drum sticks or whatever it's called, and it starts to resonate. So it's creating the frequency. And if the tuning fork here is of the same frequency, then this one over here that you didn't strike starts to vibrate much like the one you struck. So does the frequency have so let's say if you're angry, you know, and somewhere and whatever, you're at a ball game and you're expressing an angered frequency, how many people around you may experience that angered frequency, much like a tuning fork? If they don't, if the other person doesn't see what you see, but you strike that anger frequency, will they respond in the same manner? Generally speaking, if the fans are on the same page, they will. They'll be both angry. Brrr, you know, they're vibrating. So, can that have an influence on your heart rate? Yes. Yes. Now, let's say if you were at a state where your body's able to cope in a different way or a more, I don't know, how would you say, in a way that is different, I guess, the best way to describe it. Would you react differently? Possibly, because you're not going to be in a similar frequency, let's say, with an angry fan in an environment. This is kind of what I'm basing it on. Chances are you could be. You could react differently or not as intensely. So does it affect the overall environment? It can. It can. So does it affect your heart rate? Yeah, it can. You know, if I was angry and I'm like, you know, expressing, jumping up and down and running down the stands and through the field like a streaker, you know, and that's kind of entertainment, but it could be viewed as an emotion as well, and that would trigger some people. So, with it being Heart Month, I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk about, largely because I always say I'm as real as a heart attack, and and it's been a while since I've actually done this, but I'm gonna do a blood pressure test. So I'm gonna put it on. Stand. Okay, you can see that. That's good. Let's see what it reads. Come on. There we go. So I bet you can hear it. Oh. This one is kind of put a little tighter just to reset it. See what that does. Come on. There we go. I don't know what's up with this. Okay, I think it needs to be horizontal or something. Maybe there's a reason for this. So it's yeah, I think that's the reason. All right. So it's reading 129 over 92. My pulse was showed there. Okay, maybe that's part of the problem is the power cord came undone and plugged there. There we go. So 127 over 91, my heart rate 60 beats. So I'll do one more. So this morning I haven't actually had a pinch of salt yet, nor did I drink a cup of water. So I'm wondering how it's going to affect me today. You know, I have blood pressure's up. Do one more reading here. One 25 over 91, so it seems to be in that range. So when I'm done the the warm up, I'm going to actually take my blood pressure a second time just to kind of see how it changes, if it changes, and so forth. Because I myself am curious about it on occasion. And the reason why I decided to look to check my blood pressure is a secondary article that I came across that states your blood pressure, your systolic, should be 110 plus half your age. So basically, that would be kind of the range. So 110 plus half my age, which would be, I'm going to be 50 this year, so I'll just put 25 for, should be 135. And my blood pressure is measured lower each time, or my systolic. And then each time it was below 100, so my blood pressure is, if I was saying 110 plus half my age, if I was 30, 125. So it's saying, if I use that mathematical formula, I'm somewhere in the range of 30, blood pressure of a 35-year-old, much younger than what I am. Now, would that change after I warm up? Let's see what happens. I have a feeling it'll drop down to 120. I've even seen measured even lower than that. So, it varies from time to time. With that, I'm going to grab the heart rate monitor and begin. Dun, 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 dun. Turn on the Bluetooth speaker here so I have tempo. That sounds good. So I'm going to set the tempo here for, I don't know, let's go 140, I guess. I'll try that. I don't know if that'll be too slow. 5, 7, yeah, okay, I'll do that number. 142. Actually, I'm just going to change this here. Set up the color to show warm up, low intensity. Change this color to I'm going to change it to red. What the heck? All right. So, heart rate, you see I'm here low, 54, 58, 60. I'm going to use the beaded rope today. And of course, and today's muscle group exercises is going to be the chest and triceps. So push exercises, and let's begin. trying the double under crisscross. So, in 40 seconds here, I'm going to switch to doing consecutive double unders and basic bounce or basic alternate step, as you see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right, feels good. Alright, so for today's exercises, I am going to do chest and triceps, So I talked about doing so I've got a variation here. I'm using the door anchors that I've got stapled in here. So basically, one of the exercises that I'm going to do today is going to have this as part of the setup, I guess you want to say, call it. And the door anchor is going to be attached to the step here on the bottom, which is going to be anchored in place by way of my weight, because I'm going to use the step here to hold it in place. And so it's going to be part of the equation today. Just going to grab this towel here. Right, so it's going to be slight different today. Slight difference, I guess you could say. Largely because of the type of exercises that I have selected. And the first one is going to be a lower chest exercise. So I'm going to take actual weights and I'm going to press them this way, like that. Keeping your elbows as close as you can to your torso. But what I'm going to also do is add the vibration component to it and try to stay in this range of motion, not all the way up, because then it takes the tension away from the lower pectoral muscle. So I'm going to keep pushing like this, all as much in this range, holding it in there. Okay. So for the weight today, I've got 30 pounds. Just realized I need the P1. And there we go. So having the vibration, holding it here. My elbows are beneath the vibration plate. Press it up. And keep holding it like this. So having the vibration as part of this equation, it adds an element of variation. So you could press it all the way up, but then you're taking the resistance off of the lower pectoral. So keeping your elbows close, I'm just going to go up, move slightly away. So my shoulder blades, the top of my shoulder blades are touching on the vibration plate. So my shoulder blades are actually on the vibration plate itself. So I'm holding it here as a ladder, keeping my elbows close to the torso. My elbows now are touching the concrete. Lift it up just off. Holding that sticking point right there. Oh, it's good. It certainly puts more tension on the rear or on the front deltoid. I can feel it. Oh. slow negative. Really, with this. All right. So that is the first exercise. So doing this range of motion here. So basically, it's like doing a calisthenic type push-up, where you're holding your hands like this and pressing up. So this is just a different variation of that, but then adding the vibration as part of that. So if you could do a body weight version, that's with a vibration plate, that'd be very, very good. All right, so next up is the medial fiber, or the chest fiber. So that's where I'm going to be more like this and pressing out like that, or on a 45-degree angle, as opposed to parallel with my torso. All right, so here we are. So I don't mind using the extra weight for this exercise because of the my body weight is not all on the vibration plate. Oh yeah. Wow. It certainly feels different because you can really stick in this range here. It's actually pretty interesting it's an interesting feel. So here, with the weight and you add the vibration, you gotta hold it, stabilize it. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh. It certainly feels a lot different. Hold it here at the bottom, stick, press through. Pick whatever weight you wanted to do with this that you can manage and hold it. Hold it here, press out. Oh wow. It's the first time I'm doing it like this. Certainly creates hypertrophy. Whew. Oh yeah, I can feel that. Alright, now I'm going to switch to using the bands here, which, hopefully I didn't break this. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put on, I've got weightlifting gloves here that I'm going to put on, and the reason being is because I'm going to be, I've got the bands that I have anchored here on the bottom, So basically, my body weight's going to hold it in place, at least the anchors, and with this step that I have here, it works as a perfect anchoring point for that purpose. And what I'm going to do is actually hold the bands in a shorter distance so there's more tension at the beginning of the rep. So I'm just going to kind of wrap them around like this, and that way there's tension right at the beginning. Oh, the other way. Oh. Yeah, like this. Okay. So, and then I'm going to press in away from my, so a little bit like as if I'm on an incline, and I'm going to press this direction towards the screen. Okay. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay. Like this here, holding up, so it's pressing away, kind of up towards my hands, or my fists are above my eyes or above my forehead, holding it down, and then squeezing it at the top. The gloves helps with holding the band. I can do it this way. They don't slide, which is good. I just realized my heart rate monitor came undone. Okay. Wow. I don't know if this is more weight than the actual power blocks, but it certainly feels really, really close. Mind you, my chest is fatigued too now already. Oh, wow. Whew. Gosh. Wow. Oh. Wow. It's a nice little variation. It's good. Just going to turn this around. One more rep. All right. So for a first time attempt doing it this way, I'm actually pretty satisfied. Next exercise is going to be doing the fly. So that's where I'm going to take this out of the way. the gloves on. I'm going to have to take them off. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to need blue bags. Oh no, those are black. This guy here. So attach it. So for the fly, I'm gonna set the have it in the center here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so P1, and let's begin. So you start with doing it this way. Wow. I just realized by doing it this way here, yeah, I can feel those fibers near the sternum. Move them up, down. Oh, wow. Very good. By holding it this way and then pressing with the elbows. Holding it up higher. Can kind of rotate it like this. Whew. Wow. I'm rolling in the deep. Press with those elbows. Oh, wow. You know, when you see those bodybuilders, they squeeze the sternum fibers, the chest near the sternum, and they flex this. This is what that's doing. Oh, wow. So, you know, when guys flex like this, and you can see the circle in here, that's what that's doing. Strengthening those fibers. All right. So that is the fly. Now I'm going to do a new variation of the tricep extension. And I have here anchors I'm going to use. And of course, I'm just ever so short. Make this easy. So I've got, this is the 13-pound band. So normally I would take the red and cut it in half, which would be about 16, so just slightly less. And then what I'm going to do is attach it to the red band here. And I said I'm going to knee height, about there I guess. I need this anchor point. So, take this guy here and attach it here. So I've got basically a dual anchor point. So one parallel to the floor and one perpendicular. And the idea behind this is I will be lying on my back on the vibration plate that's on the floor, and basically I'm going to extend from the wall this way and then press down with the blue band, so I have kind of that full range of motion. That's why you see full ROM on the floor or on in the description there. So make sure this is in the center. That's good. And I think this is far enough. Soon find out. So basically, I'm going to take this off so I can slide my hand into that strap there. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, oh, goodness. Okay. I think I'm far enough away from this thing. Okay. Ah, yes. Whoops. My head is touching. Okay. Oh, really? There we go. Now, holding it this way, so I have extension on the tricep, so it's fully extended here, stretching it, and with the bends pulling from the ceiling, I get that full range of motion. So this is kind of a new variation that can use to save time. So basically, at this point right here, I'm flexing my bicep almost. Oh. So here I'm pressing down with my hands. To the floor. Can take and hold in like that. So this kind of isolates the tricep a little bit more versus the variation I did last week, which was kneeling on the vibration plate. So I get a little bit more So here now, the other bands from the ceiling take shape to get the final piece. I can certainly feel the tension in the blood being squeezed out of the tricep. I can feel it. All right. That's a very good variation, actually. I like it. Very good. Then I could finish off by doing a variation of a skull crusher. So that's by taking the band like this, pressing through. But now, obviously, if I want to get that full range of motion like I did with the first exercise, I have to change the angle of these blue bands more on a 45-degree angle. So right now, this is 90 here. So I can certainly feel the see if you can see it. So I certainly feel the tricep all the way up into here. That the the variation exercise that I did today. So I think that I'm going to call it a day for. So let's just debrief here. Date stamp, as you see, February 10th, 2026. Time, starting time at 1:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, maximum heart rate I hit 184 or 164, and I was in that heart rate zone for only 5 seconds today, which is kind of unusual because yesterday I could hold over 200 heart rate for a minute and a half, and today it's right back down. So I didn't drink any water today, so that's probably one of the differences, I think. Less oxygen in the blood. I think that's probably why. Oh, and before I go today, I'm going to take another blood pressure reading. So you can see here on my heart rate, up, down, up, down, up, down, throughout the duration of the resistance training. So let's have a peek at what my blood pressure is now. (117/74). Heart rate 91. Oh yeah, let's just see what this. Just gonna record this heart rate. See what my heart rate sensor is reading in comparison to this guy. 109/72. So, according to that mathematical formula, my blood pressure reading, or my systolic pressure, should be 110 plus half my age. And that, I don't know, does that hold any validity? I'm asking the question. My diastolic is well below 100. Okay, so here you can see I'm taking my blood pressure. You can see my heart rate monitor that I use regularly to measure my heart rate. So 91. So 116/82. So for someone who's 49 years old, that's my blood pressure after exercising. And I didn't drink any water this morning, any deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water, to be specific. So does the water have an effect on my blood pressure? I think so. And does this have an effect on my overall well-being? I think so too. Because you need multiple pieces in order for your body to kind of glue together inside, to have the cellular strength, the longevity. And you know, if you eat moderately well, consistently, use this, drink the cleanest and most absorbable water, are you going to reap the benefits? I think you can. And here, I'm showing you my numbers, what I'm doing. And if they resonate with you, or if they help you make better choices, then I'm doing something I believe is good. Not only to help myself, but to help you. So if you haven't done so already, try it. The X39. That QR code will take you right there. And give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose, other than the discomfort and the pains that you have. And, you know, nothing better than having a little bit of muscle to go along with it. So feel the benefits, experience the benefits as you see on the screen, and join me right there. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.